Hello, I welcome you to this beautiful presentation where I will be sharing with you how you can relocate to Canada through the study with your family. Okay, so with your family in this regard is how you can relocate at once, at once. So many people normally contact me and they'll be like, can I relocate with my family at once? Whereby everybody will be leaving the country at once, husband, wife, and the kids. Okay, so take note. When they say you can relocate with your family, what they are referring to is just you, your spouse, and your children, your kids. Okay, your biological kids, your biological children. So now, you cannot relocate with your father, not your mother, not your house girl, not your auntie, not your sister, and the likes. Take note of that. So some people will be like, I want to relocate with my son, with my daughter. No, you can only visit them. Okay, you can only pay them visit after they have landed in Canada. The only people they are referring to as your family that you can relocate with as your family are your spouse, your children. That's all. Your spouse and your children. Okay, that's all. So take note of that. So now the question now is, how can you relocate to Canada to study with your family at once, everybody living together? Okay, I will answer that question in this video and I will tell you how possible it is, how possible it is, and the requirements and the conditions, requirements that need to be met for you to be able to achieve this. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe right now, and also like this video. Click that like button and also subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed. So without further delay, let's answer this question quickly. So now, can I relocate with my family at once? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, you can. You can relocate with your family. Okay, but there are things that you need to know for you to do this. There are things that you need to know. Number one, this can be a red flag. This can be a red flag in your visa application. In your visa application, normally, okay, let's look at it together. You want to go and study in Canada, and you are going with all your family members, your spouse and your kids. For what reason? Are they the one that will help you to study in the class? Are they the one that will help you to receive lecture in the class? No. Okay, so now normally this is study visa. So your purpose of relocating is study, not to go and settle down. So now when you now like pack all your family members in your visa application, it can be a red flag. Okay, but there are ways around all these things which I will explain in this presentation. There are ways around it whereby you can still go with them and everything will be fine. So here are things to know. So now number one is a proof of fund. Okay, you need proof of fund. So now if your kids are below age 4, whereby they will be going to daycare, you need money to take care of them. If they are above age 4, they will be attending free education. They will enjoy free education. So you should be able to show fund. You should be able to show fund. By the way, if you don't know what proof of fund is that evidence, physical evidence. Okay, that amount of money that you need to show. You are not paying anybody. You just have to show it as an evidence, maybe as your account balance, as your landed property, or other forms of a way of showing a proof of fund. If you don't know more, if you want to know more about a proof of fund, I will drop a link in the description of this video below, where I break down 8 official ways to show proof of fund. Everything you need to know about proof of fund, I will drop a link so that you can know more about proof of fund. So now, if you are relocating with your family, you will need more proof of fund than when it is only you. So now, normally, if it is only you, you're supposed to need 10,000 Canadian dollars. So now, if you are adding your spouse, you will need extra 4,000 Canadian dollars, making 14,000 Canadian dollars. This can be, you don't need a Canadian dollar account, you don't need dollar account. Your local currency equivalent is okay. If you're in Nigeria, Naira equivalent of 10,000 Canadian dollars, it's okay. If you're in UK, Naira equivalent of pounds, okay? So Naira equivalent of which, I said Naira equivalent, your local currency equivalent of Canadian dollars, of 10,000 Canadian dollars. So it's not a must that you have a dollar account. That's my point. So now, you will need 10,000 Canadian dollars if you are the only person going. If you add your spouse, making two people now, that is two people, right? 10,000 Canadian dollars for you, and additional 4,000 Canadian dollars for your spouse. Okay, first dependent. Your wife is the first dependent now, making 14,000 Canadian dollars. So now let's say you are adding your kid. You are adding a kid, that's family of 3 now. Okay, you'll be adding extra 3,000 Canadian dollars, making 17,000 Canadian dollars now. Let's say you add another kid, making family of 4 now. Husband, wife, and 2 kids. You'll be adding another 3,000 Canadian dollars. That means proof of fund for family of 4 now will be 20,000 Canadian dollars. So now, can you ask yourself right now, you that want to relocate with your family at once, do you have this huge amount of money? Do you have this amount of money to show as your proof of fund? This is condition number 1 that you need to meet. Okay, this is first condition that is needed to be met. So ask yourself, do you have the proof of fund? It will cost you more proof of fund than if you are going alone. Okay, so now condition number 2 is home ties. So now home ties are things that we want you to come back to your own country after your study. Okay, you normally include this in your visa application. It is very important. It's part of the requirement in your visa application and your visa processing, whereby you need to show that after your study, you need to show visa officers that after your study, you will be coming back to your own country. So what are these things that will make you to want to come back after your study? So now, people normally use their family that after my study, I will be coming back to come and meet my family. I'm the breadwinner of my family. I'm the sole breadwinner of my family, so I will be coming back to meet them. People normally use a career opportunity too. That in my own country, there is more career opportunity to this my area of a specialization. So after I finish my study in these areas of discipline, I will have to go back to my country to explore my career better, or to grow my business in my country. So these are things that people normally use as home ties, things that will make them to come back after study. This is very important when you are putting together your visa application, when you are writing your SOP. But now, you that are supposed to use your family as your own ties, you are now relocating with that family. So what will you use as your own tie now when you are relocating with your family? So now, that means you need to find other form of evidences, other form of home ties that you can use as the reason why you have to come back to your home country after your study. So now, here are other forms of home ties that you can use. Okay, you can leverage your full-time job, that you have full-time employment, your wife have full-time employment in your own country, so both of you will definitely come back to your work, to your job, so that you don't lose your job and all of that. You can use that. You can use business. Okay, I've talked about career. You can use business. If you have a very big business with record, if you have business with record, whereby you have record of everything, every transaction you've been doing in that business, you have a very big business, you can use it as home tie, whereby you will present it that this business, without your physical presence, the operation of this business will be halt. The operation of this business will be stopped. So this business requires you to be around, to be physically present, to be physically present for the business to run. So this can be another home tie that you can use. Okay, employment. I think employment is related to full-time job. You can use your employment as well. If you have properties, real estate, big properties, you can use them as home ties. That after your study, you have to come back to your property to manage your property and all of that. And if you have investments, you have different investments in your own country, you can use them as your own ties. So now these are the questions that you should be asking yourself. Can you meet all of these? So if you can answer them confidently, accurately, then you still have that chance of relocating with your family at once. But most times, you will also need a professional to write your statement of purpose for you, to write your SOP for you. Because writing an SOP for just one applicant will be very easy compared to now having family of 3, family of 4, family of 5. You will need an expert that will be able to write languages that will be able to convince visa officers. Okay, you might not know how visa officer thinks, but this professional knows how they think, how they can easily convince them. If it is only you now, you can easily write it. But most times, if you are relocating with your family, you are adding like 2, 3 people to your application, you will need somebody to write it. Although you also can also write it if you are sound, if you understand how the immigration process works. But like I said, most times you will need a professional. Okay, so these are the conditions that need to be met: proof of fund and home ties. If you can answer all these questions and you are confident in yourself that you have what it takes in this regard, then you are good to go. Okay, if you are enjoying this video, if you are gaining value, if you are gaining knowledge, please subscribe to this channel right now. Go ahead and subscribe. Click that subscribe button right now, and also like this video. Click that like button to like this video right now. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Okay, go and subscribe, go and subscribe, go and subscribe. So now, this is my advice. If you know you cannot meet all these requirements, all these conditions that I just mentioned in the previous slide to relocate at once with your family, then I will advise you to go first. I will advise you to go first. Then your family will come and join you later. So when people say go first, let your family join you later, these are the reasons why they didn't tell you all these reasons. These are the reasons they didn't tell you. So go first, let your family join you later. So while you are studying, your spouse is working, and your kids too, they are enjoying free education. Simple. Simple. By the way, if you need guidance on how to go about relocation through the study route, how to secure admission, how to go about visa processing, there is a package that I would recommend. They call it JAPA system. If you don't have money that you want to give agents, because maybe you are even scared of getting scammed and all of that, and you need ready-made information. You don't want to be like searching Google, searching YouTube, and at the end of the day, you are just confused. You are overloaded with information, and you don't know the right step to take. I will recommend this package for you. It is ready-made. We have recorded a lot of testimonies, a lot of success stories. Okay, so I will drop the link to this package in the description of this video below, so you can go ahead and get this package, do it yourself package. It will give you access to every information, every guidance, including support, free support. After you have gotten the package, you need support. If you need clarification while you are in the process, while you do the processing by yourself, if you need support will be available as well. So I will drop the link to this package in the description of this video, so that you can get this package and go ahead with your processing. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe right now. Okay, so these are the points that you need to know when it comes to relocating with your family at once. Okay, relocating with your family at once. So if you have any question, if you have any clarification, you can drop the comment for me. I will definitely reply your comments. I will also drop the link to contact me on WhatsApp in the description as well, so that we can connect from there. Hope these few points of mine are able to convince you, are able to clarify one or two things about relocating with your family, is able to remove confusion from the picture now. Okay, so you can know whether you can relocate with your family or not. So I appreciate you for staying to this moment. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe right now, so that you can always be the first person to see videos like this whenever I upload it. Thank you for staying to this moment. See you in my next video.